Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, here on a cold, rainy barbecue boulevard, we're gonna do a classic cook. Today, we're gonna be doing some beer can chicken. So hey, if you're with it, let's get it. All right, guys, so let's discuss the parameters of the cook for today. Now, we're gonna be using our Pit Boss vertical drum smoker today, and I'm running it with some harder charcoal. This is a lump charcoal, XL size, fantastic lump charcoal. If you've never tried it, make sure you be on the lookout for that harder charcoal. And we've got a little bit of post oak wood that we're gonna put in, just because this is Central Texas and we love that post oak flavor. So, we're gonna be running our drum today at about 300 degrees, 300, 325, somewhere around in that range. We're not gonna be super precise, but we're gonna be using our ChefsTemp S1 today along with the Breezo fan. Okay, so we are inside our ChefsTemp app here, and we can see that our ambient temperature right now is 79 degrees on the drum because I've already got it lit up here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up the ambient temperature for our S1. We are gonna set our high alarm, guys. We're gonna say, we'll say 330 is gonna be our high alarm for that. So we've got that set up for 330 on the high end. And what we're gonna do with the fan is we're gonna set for 300 degrees and we're gonna start that fan. And now we've got our Breezo running and we've got our ambient temperature set up. So we are good to go. And guys, we're gonna go ahead and get this chicken prepared. Beer can chicken is what's on the menu, so let's get into it. All right, guys, so here we've got our chicken. Now, I've already gotten my chicken patted dry, just so we can get a good coat of duck fat spray on here so we can get our seasoning to stick and hopefully get a crispy skin on this chicken, or at least a good bite through. And so we're gonna go ahead and spray it down here. And again, I'm gonna be using some duck fat spray, but feel free to use whatever spray you've got. Any type of oil or whatever will adhere to this chicken. And if your chicken is already tacky and moist, maybe you don't even need to put this on because it's just basically going to become a binder for us. Just allows our rub to stick to the chicken. All right, so I've got some duck fat all over this chicken here, and we're going to flip it over and get the back side as well. Again, we just want this chicken to be moist for the rub to stick here. And hopefully because it's duck fat, we'll get a good bite through skin here. Now, to get started on the seasoning, guys, I'm starting with some 16 mesh coarse ground black pepper. And I put the pepper on first because the pepper is bigger granules. And if you have smaller granules of rub already on, it's just a little tougher for the pepper to be able to stick. So I put that on first. So we're gonna season it up here to taste, guys. It's not gonna be an exact measurement. So if you like black pepper, put it on. If you don't, omit it. It's perfectly fine. Here in Central Texas, we definitely like our coarse ground black pepper. And so that's why I've got this all over this bird here. So we've started off with our black pepper, and we'll touch it up again later before we get ready to get it onto our grill. Now, the next seasoning we're gonna put on is gonna be this Pit Boss, and this is gonna be the smoked salt and pepper. So I'm gonna put some of that on here, and we're gonna sprinkle it again all over this bird, and we're seasoning it again to taste. So we're just gonna try and get a good even application of this smoked salt and pepper on, and we're also gonna get some inside the cavity here. All right, so we've got some smoked salt and pepper, and we've got some black pepper on here. And now we're gonna come back again with this Pit Boss, and this is gonna be the championship chicken rub. Really good stuff. It's got some great granules of onions and stuff in here, and it's got some citrus tones to it. And so I'm just sprinkling some on here and kind of pressing in because this is a coarser rub. And again, we're gonna touch up some more once we get this onto the grill. Don't be afraid of making a mess, because after all, we're cooking, right? We're having fun while we're cooking. All right, so we've got this chicken seasoned up. It's not gonna be the prettiest right now, but hey, like I said, we're gonna touch it up before we actually get it onto the grill. All right, so now we've got some seasoning on this chicken, and we're gonna move on to the next step for this beer can chicken. Okay, so the next step in getting this chicken ready is we're gonna use a beer here. Now today I'm gonna be using a lager. Guys, feel free to use whatever beer you like. But I've got a lager here, and I've reserved about 2 to 3 ounces of beer to the side, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But we're gonna get this set on top of or set inside our chicken here. So we're just gonna set it right inside this chicken, and we want this chicken to be able to stand up just like that. Okay, so we've got our chicken here, we've got it set onto our beer, and the only thing left to do now is we're gonna stick a temperature probe in it. Now we're gonna be using our temp probe here from ChefsTemp to monitor our chicken temperatures. And we want our internal temperature here to be about 165 into the thickest part of the breast. So I'm gonna stick this guy in here just like this, and it's gonna be on just like that, guys. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna set this onto a tray that we're gonna be able to put onto our grill. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like here. And I'm just gonna touch this chicken up, and then I'll meet you over at the grill and we'll get it on. Okay guys, we are at the grill here, and I've got my chicken here that we're gonna get on. And we're just gonna set this guy on here just like this. Okay, so now we've got our chicken set up here, and we're gonna get this lid closed up, and we're gonna set up our thermometer here and get this cook going. All right guys, so we've got our chicken onto the grill, smoking away there, and now we're inside the app so we can set up our probe that we've got on our chicken. Now we're in the app here, and we can see our ambient temperatures at 306, so hey, the fan is working like it's supposed to. We're doing well there. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thermometer set up, and we're gonna go ahead and go into our poultry cook here. And we're gonna be doing chicken, whole chicken, 165 is what's set up for that recommended doneness. But we're gonna go a little under, simply because we're gonna allow the carryover to finish to that 165 and hopefully keep this chicken nice and moist. So we're gonna go, I'm gonna say 161 actually. So 161 is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start that cook, and guys, we're just gonna let it go from there. So we got our ticket set, or our target set to 161. Our grill is at temperature. We're gonna let this cook go, guys. All right, so we're gonna put together a butter base for this chicken. So we're gonna baste that chicken just to keep it moist and get some more flavor into it. So let me show you how we're gonna put this together. Okay, now I've got just a little cast iron pot here that I've got that reserved 2 or 3 ounces of beer is in here, along with a stick of unsalted butter. Now you could absolutely take this, put it on your stove, melt it down, put this together. But I figured since we got the grill lit up, we might as well do it this way. So we got the butter and our beer in here. We've got some garlic. So I'm gonna pop some garlic in there. I've got a little paprika here. So we're gonna put a little paprika in there. And I've got some parsley. All right, so we've got that put in there, and we're gonna put a little bit more of our chicken or championship rub in here. And just like that, we've got a butter base put together that we're gonna get onto our grill, and we're gonna let this melt down and absorb a little bit of smoke. All right, gang, so hey, if you're not familiar with the way I do videos, I like to keep you guys interactive with this. I want to know something from you. I'm gonna ask you a question here. Down in the comments section, I want you to answer this, okay? When it comes to chicken, smoking chicken in particular, what's your style? Do you like to do beer can chicken? Do you like to do spatchcock chicken? Maybe just wings is your thing. I just want to know, what kind of way do you like to do your chicken when you put it on the grill? Pop it in the comments section down there and let me know. All right, guys, we're about an hour into this cook, and you can see here we're at 284 degrees on our ambient temperature, and our internal on our chicken right now is about 111 degrees. So we're coming along pretty nicely. We still got a little ways to go, but yeah, we're just gonna keep it going here. And I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and check our baste right now. Okay, our butter has melted down nicely for us here. So we've got our baste ready to go. And this is gonna be pretty good on this bird. Now, before we actually start to put the baste on the chicken, we're gonna make sure that this rub is set. It's not quite set right now, and you'll know when it's set because whenever you rub your finger on the chicken, if you can still move the rub around, it's not set yet. So we're gonna give it a little bit more time to get the rub set, and then we'll start applying this butter base. All right, guys, we're about an hour and a half into this cook, and everything is coming along nicely here. And I'm looking at the rub here, and the rub seems to be good on this chicken. And man, I just want to start getting some butter onto it. So I'm just going to take some of this butter, and I'm just going to kind of put some all over this bird. And now is that time where we're going to be putting butter onto it. And we're actually going to be getting it on probably every 10 minutes or so. I'm going to come back and put a little bit of butter on here and just let this cook keep going. But I'm not going to bore you guys with watching me put butter onto a bird here. So just know that for the next however long it takes until we get to an internal temperature of 161 degrees on our breast, we're just going to keep coming back and keep applying this butter. So next time you see this bird, we'll have it off the grill and be time to get into it. All right, guys, hey, we got our chicken off of the grill. Now we reached our 160, it was about 162 degrees internal temperature when I got this chicken off. The color looks fantastic on it, smells great. So I'm not gonna keep talking. Let's try out this chicken. Okay, here we have our chicken. Like I said, it smells great. The color on it is pretty dang good. So let's get this can removed from our chicken. We'll get this out of the way, and there we go. So this is what our chicken is looking like, guys. And man, I tell you what, I'm ready to get into it. So let's get a knife over here. And I'm not gonna kind of cut it up like you're supposed to, because I'm just ready to try this, man. So we're gonna cut a little piece off of this breast here. And there we go, it's plenty juicy. Hopefully you guys can actually see that. But this chicken is very juicy here. So man, we're gonna cut this and we're gonna bite this, man. We're gonna go into this here. All right, so here's our piece of chicken that we've got here. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. So I got to tell you, this chicken is very, very juicy. The flavors are just bursting through. This was absolutely a fantastic cook. And man, our ChefsTemp S1 cruised right along, kept our temperatures where we needed it to be. And yeah, I'm thoroughly satisfied with this, but I'm not trying to be rude, but y'all got to go because I got some chicken to get into. So I'll see y'all later. Dawgfatha's out.